I'm Jaymii.
And I'm Karina.
And welcome to Health Potion, the show about health and games.
And today's topic is near and dear to my heart. It's healthy snacks.
So Karina,
Yes.
what makes a healthy snack?
Well, a healthy snack has to have three basic elements. So it's what we like to call a complete food. So it has to have protein, carbohydrates, and a bit of fat. Fat is not as, it used to be. We used to think fat was really bad for us, and then we realized that there's different kinds of fat and they do different things in your body. So when I say fat, I mean really healthy fat, so fat that's naturally occurring in your diet.
So what's healthy fat and what's not healthy fat? Because
So,
I'm trying to understand saturated fat and what does that mean?
Okay, so saturated fat basically is a fat that is not hydrogenated. So that means the molecules are still together. And if it's a naturally occurring saturated fat, so the fat that's in like butter or coconut oil or in meat, it's actually not that bad for you in the sense that it's not a manufactured fat. So when you have a manufactured fat, so like deep fried chips or deep fried chicken, that's like human intervention has kind of come in and made the saturated fat and it's broken those molecules. And then that's actually what causes oxidation and inflammation in your body. And that's what makes it unhealthy. So yeah, there are two different kinds of fat.
We want fat cells that hug each other.
Yes.
Loving fat.
Yes, loving fat. So, and then there's like unsaturated fats, and they're the better kind of fats for you. So they're the fats that are in like nuts and seeds and fish and olive oil.
Cool. So saturated fats aren't necessarily bad fats, but they're not necessarily the best fats. It depends on the kind of saturated fat.
They're the ones that you'd be wanting to have the least in your diet, where you should be getting mostly unsaturated fats and monounsaturated fats.
Cool. So I'm in the shopping center, and so apart from saturated fats, like there's a lot of healthy-ish looking items, and I'm not really sure what's healthy and what's not anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, so this is one of the biggest issues I see, especially like in clinic, and what people always ask me when I'm out and at parties and they find out what I do. And a lot of the time, health choices are influenced by marketing, and there's some really great marketing campaigns out there that promote certain foods as healthy, like certain breakfast cereals are, for champions, and some drinks are for like active sports people, and it's just not true. They just tend to be really high in sugar, really dense on like the colorings and flavorings, and people buy them because that's what they're told. They're told that they're healthy, and it's not their fault for believing in marketing. And I just would like to help people make better choices and avoid all the marketing hype.
And so the other thing we need to talk about is, as gamers,
Yes.
don't always have enough time to necessarily make healthy food. I find it's a lot easy just to like chuck something in the microwave, and I'm also like wanting to eat while I game. And so how do we fix that?
Well, it does take a certain level of preparation. I think anything that is going to be a healthy snack does involve preparation. Anything that's a processed food, so if you open up a packet and it's ready to eat, generally it's not going to be that great for us. I think try to keep those things to a minimum. But if you can replace at least half of your snacks with decent snacks, then you're halfway there. It's pretty all right. So something that you can do that's really, really quick and easy and just gets chucked in the microwave is our beautiful popcorn.
This one's actually my favorite. I love making popcorn so much.
I do love popcorn. It is a whole grain, but it is a carbohydrate that doesn't have any protein or fat. So I would, not have this as a sole snack. I would get some little sister foods with it too.
And if you pop it on your own, you can add just the amount of salt you want, or a little bit of butter if you want.
Exactly, yeah. So it's a much healthier option if you, as you prepared earlier, if you get the kernels just on their own. So we made this one just now in a microwave in a little glass dish. Lid with a hole.
Make sure the lid has a hole, because otherwise it will explode. This has happened to me on my first time making popcorn in the microwave. Don't let it explode.
Don't do that. But basically, this is a really cost-effective way to have like a cheap and healthier snack, because these bags of unpopcorn don't cost all that much, and yeah, you can make it to your liking, and you don't have all the added fun, nasty preservatives.
Don't buy the popping microwave for the microwave popcorn, because seriously, it is just literally corn kernels in a bag. You're just paying to have it in a bag. You can just get yourself a glass dish and with a lid, and you're sweet.
Save yourself the markup. You don't need it.
Especially if you eat as much popcorn as I do.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
So done popcorn, I would go for, because it's a carbohydrate-based snack, I would go for nuts next. So I've got some almonds here and some pecans, some roasted hazelnuts.
My favorite thing about nuts is that, because when I'm gaming, I often find that even popcorn, if you put salt on it, it gets on your fingers, and I just want to be able to have that quick, I don't want to have to wipe my hands. You should wipe your hands when you're eating, it's hygiene, but it's just not as, I don't have to be as vigorous. I can just okay, hands are clean, grab some nuts. Yeah. Hands are not oily. I'm not going to leave those horrible oily marks on my controller or my keyboard, because food can destroy your console controllers.
It's not the best when you get food in and around your keyboard or controller. It's pretty awful. So going for unsalted nuts is a really great option, because they're pretty much self-contained, no residue, and they're full of protein, full of great unsaturated fats, and they're also really, really tasty. And you can even put them in little cups, and instead of even having to handle the nuts, you can just shot them down.
That's true. And if you have just some cups of nuts with the lids on your desk, you don't actually have to leave your gaming area to go and get food. I know
That's
it's
true.
really easy to be oh, I feel hungry, instead of it's that healthy go-to snack without going into the kitchen, or maybe I'll open some chips or something. You've already got your snack right there, and it's healthy, and you don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, as long as it's in an airtight container, it'll last for months. It's pretty cheap and easy, and if you get 2 o'clock in the morning and you're a little bit hungry, just have some nuts.
So we've done what have we?
Popcorn, bit of
protein.
Nuts.
What's next?
Another one of my really favorite snacks is actually yogurt. I like natural unsweetened yogurt because it doesn't have any sugar added. It's pretty much just fermented milk. So it's a naturally probiotic food, and I like to team mine with some berries, because berries are very nutritious, full of antioxidants, very, very flavorful, and often when they're in season, they really do come down in price, and they're quite an affordable option. And then I also like to put a bit of added protein in there and a bit of fiber by putting some nuts and seeds in there. So I've just got some pistachios, pepitas, and sunflower seeds.
And if it's winter and it's not in berry season, frozen berries are just as well an
frozen
option.
berries are just as good. Nutritionally, they're excellent, and you can bulk buy them, and you don't have to worry about them going off if you're not that into berries. You can just keep them in your freezer. Nice and easy.
And one of the things I like also to have with my yogurt is chia seeds. If you leave some chia seeds in some milk, or I like to put them in almond milk, and then let them sit overnight, the seeds then fill up with the milk, and then kind of makes this pudding texture, and it sounds weird but tastes delicious.
It's quite delicious, and it's a really great source of omega-3 fatty acids as well as fiber, and it's really gentle on your stomach. So if you've got a bit of a stomach issue, chia seeds are actually really kind of soothing, a bit nice and delicious, like a hug for your insides.
It just adds that extra added texture to your breakfast, and
definitely
because you pre-made them, you don't even have to think of them on. You just throw the bit of yogurt on, throw some berries on. It's sweet.
Breakfast. Love it. And then another great snack is there are some beautiful little freeze-dried vegetables that you can get. So these ones have a little bit of flavoring on them, but they're not that bad. They're quite good for you, and it's just an easy way to eat more veggies. And they have the taste and consistency of chips, but without all of the frying and the oil and the salt.
And it means, once again, it's something you don't necessarily have to keep in the fridge or anything. You can just have them close at hand. Now I want one.
They're very lovely.
So good.
And it satisfies that crunch.
Mmm.
Because that's the thing I miss about chips. Like, don't get me wrong, chips are delicious, but they're just not good for you. So, you know, I have them every now and then when I really, really want them. But if I want a nice alternative that has the exact same kind of auditory and textural feel, I just go for these guys. Nice and easy. So, this is my favorite snack of all. It's fruit and nut butters. So I don't know if you guys can see, I've got some pear sliced up here with some almond butter. So I like the natural almond butter because it's literally just almonds all blended up. No sugar, no nothing, no preservatives. It's just almonds. And it's a great way to have a good source of protein, a good source of natural fat, and then the pear gives you sugar as well as all of the beautiful phytonutrients that occur in pear. That one's a crispy green pear. So how is it?
It's really good.
It's really good. So I like to kind of get really prepared when I game, and I slice it all up and I put the almond butter on it so that when I hit a cutscene or something, I can just like grab it and like shove it in my mouth.
Yeah. I actually the opposite way. I prep everything during the cutscene and then I just like one-handed game for a bit and just go, there's a moment.
That's the extra level of talent I have not reached yet. And so you can do the same thing with a variety of different fruits and, you know, pretty much anything you want. So I just got apple and cashew butter. So that one's particularly kind of creamy. And then I've got like a banana, and then I've just chucked some extra pepitas and sunflower seeds on it just to give it a bit of extra flavor.
And you could like eat these with like a skewer or a fork, a bit like fondue.
That's true. Sometimes with the banana, I just like can't be bothered to chop it up all nicely, and I'll just like break a banana up and then just like smother it in almond butter and then just eat it with a spoon. It's very tacky, but you know, gives you something to chew on.
On hot days, I like to just spear a banana with like popsicle sticks and freeze them in the freezer, and then they become really, really creamy when they're frozen, and it's kind of like an ice cream, but not, and it's amazing.
You can even dip those in almond butter and eat them.
Or if you're having a treat day, you could dip them in chocolate.
Oh, you could put it in some dark chocolate, slightly better option. You know, higher in antioxidants, lower in sugar.
And then roll them.
Ooh, delicious. Can't wait for summer.
So good. Okay, what's next? I'm so excited. I want to eat all this food.
Next is cheese and crackers. So I personally really love brie, so I've brought some brie along today. And you can pre-prepare these ones up. So you can I like to have a bit of a plate of them before I game. And so they're all prepared, so I can just shove them in my mouth. And you know, you can add things to them. You can put quince on them. You could put some nuts and seeds like I've done here, even some fruit. So I've got, you know, a raspberry on one. And again, protein, carbs, fat, fill you up, get you through dinner time.
And if you run out of crackers, slices of like just apple and or pear like that just work just as well.
Just as well, yeah.
They taste super delicious. I really want to eat this all right now.
So that's kind of the takeaways. If you want to be a bit healthier with your snacks, you've just got to put a little bit of extra preparation into it. And in the end, you're doing something better for your body, and it just kind of negates the other times when you know, don't snack as well as you could have.
And if you prep one day a week, or even one day a month, if you're stocking items such as the nuts and seeds and things, you don't have, once you've done that, you're set. You're pretty much good to go, and
yeah, and
reward yourself with much more time in the future.
Exactly. And the initial cost of, say, like, you know, the nuts and seeds and things can be quite high, but they do keep. And because they're so high in fat, high in fiber, you can't eat too many of them. You get quite full quite quickly. So it's quite a good nutrient dense bang for your buck in terms of snack.
And we have to remember that snacks aren't there to tide us over to the next meal. They're not a meal replacement. They're just, I mean, you can make yourself like a grazing palate if you really are that kind of person occasionally, but generally snacks are just there as a snack.
It's in the name. It's implied. But But you know, I think having a good meal is really, you know, what we're designed to do, and it's a great way to sit down with your friends and family and just have a little bit of connection. But obviously, if you're gaming, you want to have a bit of me time, have a snack. Make it a good one.
One more thing we've forgotten.
The eggs. I love the eggs.
So these eggs are quite special eggs because they've come from my chickens. Each of my chickens, if you didn't know, chickens lay eggs the same color as their earlobes. So we can tell which chicken has laid which egg depending on the color of the egg. So this one is from Linda, this one's from Tina, and this one's from Louise. Eggs are really great. Tell me why.
Oh, really, really high in protein. Fact, when you cook an egg, you absorb more protein. So that whole bodybuilders having like 12 raw eggs, actually not the best way to get protein from eggs.
Don't be like Gaston.
Yeah, cracks him on his own. Oh, the 90s. Anyway, moving on. So cooking them is a better way. There's like 101 ways you can cook an egg. The best snack option for an egg is to actually boil them, because then they become portable little amazing bundles of goodness and you can take them anywhere with you.
You could even put them in your purse.
Yes, you can. Maybe, you know, wrap them in a tissue just in case they crack.
Yeah.
But we're also being high in protein, they're high in zinc, and pretty much complete protein, has all the amino acids in it. They're kind of, you know, affordable, tasty, and you can get the kind of cruelty-free version, where in Australia we're fortunate enough to have enough space to allow chickens to live a natural life, and we can get their eggs and they're happy to give it to us. Ooh, also, my favorite replacement for things like soft drink, which I think is very popular amongst gaming, well, according to the media and pretty much every single LAN party I've ever been to, back when LAN parties were a thing. I like to drink kombucha, which is like a naturally fizzy fermented tea. That's really kind of gives me the bubbles, gives me a bit of flavor, and it's really low in sugar. It's a bit of special occasion thing. Otherwise, herbal tea. I just picked this one because it's naturally really, really sweet. Anything that has licorice in it is going to be really sweet naturally, and caffeine free, so no crazy heart palpitations, a little bit extra sweetness, and I think in winter gives you a little bit of extra warmth on the inside too.
And you know, having a little bit of caffeine isn't necessarily bad if you have it.
No, not at all.
If you do need a little tea pick me up, I like to make a big jug of iced tea in summer. That just keeps me going for so much longer as well. I feel like I don't necessarily need to snack if I'm drinking iced tea.
Yeah, and another note on caffeine, you really don't want to be having more than 3 caffeinated drinks a day, and that's like a cup of coffee. So those Mothers and Red Bulls, if you're having more than 2 of those a day, you're going to actually really run into a lot of issues. You can be experiencing heart palpitations, increased anxiety symptoms, breathing's going to become difficult. I know of a girl who recently was doing her HSC, pulled an all-nighter, was drinking the energy drinks, and she ended up in hospital and couldn't finish her trials this week. And that was just a really easily avoidable situation, which didn't really need to happen. So, you know, enjoy caffeinated things, but remember, just be wary of how much you're taking in. And if you can switch a few of them out for some decaf versions or caffeine-free versions.
Yeah, so remember, like, green tea and white tea have less caffeine than black tea, and then herbal tea often even has no caffeine in it. So just consider there are always different options available depending on what level of caffeine you're at and how long you're going to stay up at night.
Definitely.
So Karina, I really want to eat all this, so let's wrap this up.
Yes.
So thank you everyone for watching. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe to the GameFed channel. We are the gaming federation where no gamer is left behind. We won't be here next week, but we will be here the week after. We are fortnightly, but don't worry, there is other content from GameFed that will cover this slot, so you will always have content every week. Until then, Goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen. I am eating.
I really want to. Like, I just really want to run through really bad. Karina, stop eating all the food! We're not done yet!
I didn't know what to do with it.
Karina's just eating the entire set, so the whole idea is we just film this all really, really quickly before it all goes.
I have another amazing facial still shot at the end. Good episode day.